Okay, hi everyone. So, this is my first video on this channel, but it's not my first YouTube video I ever made. I made like 2 or 3 other pages before, but I just was never consistent with it. But I decided I'm gonna be consistent with this one. Been wanting to do this for a while now, so this time I'm gonna stick to it. So, a little background on me. My name is Ashley. I'm 20. I am not in college right now. I'm on my way to be a home inspector. I enjoy the arts. I like doing graphic designs. I like baking. I like sometimes sewing. I like anything that has to do with colors. And yeah, that's me. But this channel is gonna be, at first, my other channels was just like me broadcasting my creative endeavors, but this channel I want it to be more about not only me as a person, but me on this journey called life. And I know I'm so young, 20 years old, but it's little things I notice, and I just be want to talk to people about it, you know. So one of those things I've realized recently was that life is subjective. And I know that's such a broad thing to say, because of course it's subjective, but I've really noticed it when I started looking at situations differently, when I started looking at people from a different set of lenses. And sorry if I keep screwing up, but an example would be the other day I was scrolling on Twitter, and a lot of people, it's a lot of women more specifically, that believe in astrology, and a lot of men don't. And I seen like this one trending tweet, and it was this dude, and he said something along the lines of, I can't believe y'all believe in stars, or I can't believe y'all let the stars, something about the stars dictating your life, or something along those lines. Basically, he didn't believe in astrology, and he was just like questioning other people who did. And at first I was a little in my feels, because I'm like, it's always people, they always try to like dumb it down. That's number one. But sometimes you just have to understand, like, everybody's not gonna agree with things. And me specifically, I think the stars do have an influence on my life, because I see how my mood changes along with the moon and the sun. I have more energy when the sun is out. When the moon is in, then I'm more, creative. I'm more laid back. I like to eat more. I see how just the sun and the moon alone affects my mood. So to me, of course the stars is going to have an influence on my life, I don't think they're just balls of fire just in the sky for no reason. I think it has some type of other influence, but see, he might not see it like that. He just, that literally may just be it for him, just balls of fire in the sky. And yeah, that's what really made me look at people have their own lives and they live it differently. So you can't just expect people to live how you want them to live, or agree on the things you want them to agree on, just because it benefits you. No matter what it is, it could be morally right or wrong. And that was some thoughts I had from that experience. And I also look at other things on Twitter, especially because that's the place where everybody voices their opinions. And it's the subject of $200 dates. So on one side, it's a guy. He's just like, oh, that's too much money for one girl. I could never, da 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 da. these girls be using y'all, da da da. And on the other side, it's a dude like, man, $200 is nothing. I spend that 4 times a week on 4 different girls, and that's a ribeye steak. You know, that's their mentality. And the guy who may not like the $200 dates, maybe he was used by some girls that made him say that. So now he just can never fathom spending $200 on one date, you know? Or maybe his pocket's just not set up that way. Meanwhile, on the other side, that dude probably make that in an hour. So that ain't nothing to him, you know? Maybe he like to do it big when it come to dates. Or maybe he being used by women and he just used to that. It could be so many different ways, you know? So many different ways to look at it. But life is subjective. So one guy, he may be cool with it because that's how his life is set up. So I'm saying all of this to say, well, what I've learned is not to take things too personal when people say certain things. You just have to understand it comes from a certain place. You know, I'm a big believer that everything happens for a reason, so I feel like it's also everything makes up a person. So had I had a super rich mom, you know, famous mom, super rich, famous dad, I probably wouldn't be the person I am today. Or I wouldn't be trying to become a home inspector. I'd probably be trying to pursue something with fame, you know, something to do with lights and stages and things of that sort. So, yeah. Just keep in mind that life is subjective and don't let people's opinions offend you too much. Just take things with a grain of salt. Yeah, so if you like this video, it was a quick video, just give it a thumbs up, please. And please leave me some comments on what other things you think I should touch on. And you know, as I start to get more familiar and comfortable with the camera in my face, then I'll start to post more and go a little more in depth. Yeah. Thanks again, and I'll see y'all next time.